Hi, everybody. It's Tim with another cancer GoFundMe update. This time it's going to be a little more of an actual update. No haikus, though I would like to know.
Split pace, 20 minutes.
Hey, I just did a mile, which is saying something when you got this guy. Whoa, okay. Got to put him back down. So, yeah, about the haikus. Do we feel like they're coming at a good pace? Do we want them even more quickly? Or maybe slow down on them a bit? Also, if you haven't given me your subject matter yet and you have donated, please leave a comment below. So yeah, I think for this part, I'm gonna break it up into chunks so it's not too long, if it's not too late already, and talk a little bit about how it started, how it's going kind of deal. So that way you don't have to scroll all the way back through my Facebook posts or wait for the upcoming book that I am writing. I think the tentative title is One Weird Fucking Year. Because it all kind of, the main brunt of this all did kind of start within a year, and I got my chemo port removed like a year later. Not to the day, but pretty close. So how did it actually start? Well, I was having some back pain over the summer, but I'm not a spring chicken. I figured, par for the course. I have back pain. Most of the days, a little CBD and ibuprofen, and it'd be just fine. Some days it got pretty bad, though. I remember one time, had the folks over playing D&D, and it actually hurt to laugh, which not good for me because my friends are generally pretty funny. Well, I was happy with that being the status quo, whatever. Then right after Black Friday, I got a cold that was going around, and I was one of the last people to get it. Because other than cancer, I'm usually pretty healthy. Big asterisk there. So I coughed a lot, and every time I coughed, I felt like my back was breaking in half. And I thought, this is just over-exaggeration. You know how when you get the flu aches, every little thing that used to hurt hurts 10 times more. But then, towards the end of it was about 3 days, every time I coughed, I felt like there was like electrical signals shooting down the back of my legs. And then, when I got better, I noticed I had trouble walking. And I kind of thought I pinched a nerve or something. And coincidental timing, I did get health insurance that month towards the beginning. But I was busy, so I didn't go get it checked out. Fast forward, December, busy month. And I had to move at the beginning of the year or end of the year. Take your pick. Same thing. And shortly after getting into the new place, I got sick again, and I felt like it was just getting worse and worse. And I started falling. I started falling in my apartment. I really hyperextended my knee and my ankle. And so I scheduled an appointment. And you know how healthcare is in America. It was very far in the future, but they said, hey, you can walk in if your symptoms get worse. And they did. So I went in, and they said, yes, something is wrong with you. Cool. Go get x-rays. I did. That was a comedy of errors in and of itself. Didn't reveal anything. Go get an MRI. I did. And I thought, man, they're going to be doing this for months and months, and they're still going to be like, we don't know, let's take another test, that kind of thing. But no, that is not what happened at all. I was just finishing up a little bit of lunch with my buddy Jeff, who took me there, and I get a call from OSF. And I kind of thought it'd be, inconclusive. We'll see what we can do, schedule more tests. But they said, can you talk? And I thought they just heard the background noise of the restaurant. And I'm like, yeah. The comedian in me kind of wanted to say, hey man, I'll call you back. But I could tell by her tone that it wasn't penny whistles and moon pies, you know? He said, are you sitting down? I'm like, okay, you got to tell me what's up now. And I said, yeah, you have cancer. I laugh now. I didn't then. Jeff bolted up out of the chair when I said, cancer? And he knew I needed a little private time, perhaps, and I think was reacting in his own way. And so they said, you don't have to come back to our emergency room, but you do need to get to an emergency room. And I did. And my blood pressure was so high when they, did the onboarding or whatever you call it, that it didn't register as a number. It just registered as a warning. And Jeff's like, oh, Tim, that's kind of high. that's not good. And the lady who was taking the blood pressure was also like, oh, it's pretty high. I was like, well, ma'am, I do eat a lot of salt, but also 10 minutes ago, you told me I had cancer. And she's like, oh, that'll do it. I was wheeled out into the hallway, seen by a barrage of people. And, well, I think that's 6 minutes so far. I think the rest will be in the next video. I do have to get rid of my penchant for the dramatic tension and say, look, things were pretty dark. Didn't know I was going to make it and stuff, but clearly I did. I'm here. I'm doing okay. It's how are you doing? Is a complex answer to give, because stage 4 is a forever friend, but I am feeling quite a bit better, if not still very tired, and I still got to watch some immune system stuff. But other than that, well, that's the next video. Till then, thank you everybody for donating, and please keep sharing it. As I say, share it with people who love haikus and hate cancer. All right, till next time, bye.